Hi there, this is Architect David. Welcome to Arkida, where you can learn anything and everything about construction. For this video, I will be discussing about Nikola Tesla, the founder or inventor of radiant energy. Of all the great inventions and discoveries of Nikola Tesla, nothing stood out with greater potential benefit to the whole of humanity than his discovery of radiant energy in 1889. Tesla possessed a broader vision of the cosmos because his keen sense of awareness, and especially his natural intuitive insights, gave him a deeper understanding of the role that the ether, or aether, played in the manifestation of all electrical phenomena, while his contemporaries focused their attention exclusively on the electromagnetic component, assuming that no other component could be involved. The ether existed then and now, despite the lockstep denials by mainstream science, past or present. Rudolf Steiner, another man of genius, affirmed that ether was composed of four fractions which he described as the light ether, the warmth ether, the chemical ether, and the life ether, which is a combination of the first three. Tesla's New York and Colorado experiments confirmed for him that radiant energy was bound up with the elusive ether, but could be made manifested by the creation of an abrupt disruption in the equilibrium of the ether fractions using one-way, high magnetic pulses of short duration. This was the key that unlocked radiant energy. In November 1901, Tesla filed two patents with the United States Patent Office. One is for the method of utilizing radiant energy, and the other is for the apparatus of the utilization of radiant energy. The concept behind the older technical language is simple. An insulated metal plate is put as high as possible into the air. Another metal plate is put into the ground. A wire is run from the metal plate to one side of a capacitor, and a second wire goes from the ground plate to the other side of the capacitor. The sun, as well as other sources of radiant energy, throw off minute particles of matter positively electrified, which, impinging upon the upper plate, communicate continuously an electrical charge to the same. The opposite terminal of the condenser being connected to the ground, which may be considered as a vast reserve of negative electricity. A feeble current flows continuously into the condenser inasmuch as the particles are charged to a very high potential. This charging of the condenser can continue almost indefinitely, even to the point of rupturing the dielectric. The setup is similar to that of a solar energy collection system. The difference is that the PV modules will be replaced by an aluminum sheet or aluminum sheets. The battery bank can also use a capacitor bank. The charge controller will maintain the energy collected at the specified voltage that you are planning, whether it is 220 volts or 110 volts. There are several variations of how to achieve this. Please consult with an electrical or electronics engineer before you proceed. Just remember, the larger the plate, the greater the energy pickup. The higher the plate is elevated, the greater the pickup. This system of Tesla picks up energy day and night. Now let's move on to Jess Ascanius. As of this writing, there is no available information regarding the adaptation of radiant energy in a large-scale installation. Of the numerous interpretations of the collection system for radiant energy, perhaps the most relevant application is the version of Jess Ascanius, a Danish developer. In 2014, he set up a system to charge his mobile phone battery overnight from an aerial. Then he went on to produce a full-size Tesla aerial system. With two modules, it will light LEDs very brightly, driving it to 2.6 volts. So, Ascanius further refined the method of collection by switching to a full-blown Tesla arrangement. He attached a 600 by 800 by 2 mm aluminum plate inside the sloping roof of his house. Take care that the plate should not touch anything metallic. You may use bolt and nut or screw to anchor the plate, but there should be a rubber bushing or washer to prevent the aluminum plate from touching the anchors. The plate being suspended using nylon cord to prevent it touching the roof or anything else. The plate is positioned between 3 and 3.5 meters high or 10 to 12 feet above the ground, and the attachment to the plate is also heavy-duty 8 SWG cable. It is advisable to use brass or copper bolts and nuts attached to the aluminum plate with a wire connected to it. The wire should be spliced at certain location to separate the excess energy from the collected energy. It will be up to the designer or the engineer to locate where the splicing will occur. The cable is connected to the aluminum plate using a brass bolt and nut, which the builder thinks may be significant, quite apart from avoiding any galvanic connection to the circuit. The cable is then run vertically downwards to the circuit. For this arrangement, a second earthing point is also used. This is a galvanized iron pipe 3 meters long, driven vertically into the ground, which is saturated with water. This box is to be located before the oscillator or the inverter. The diodes used are germanium 1N34 or 1N34A, which are particularly suited to this application. You may look for certain diodes which can be equivalent to this specification. Ceramic disc types are recommended for the 200 NF capacitors. The prototype build looks like this. Now consider this circuit as described to be one modular building block which can lead to unlimited power from an aerial, which in this example is the aluminum plate attached to the roof. As a result of queries, Jess stresses the following points. The plate must be high off the ground. The plate must be polished and insulated. The wire must be single-strand solid wire, and there must not be any part of the wire above the circuit which is not insulated. Now here are several YouTube videos. The first part is showing that the reading indicates a collection of 0.90 volts. As you can see from the picture in the middle, it is just a small aluminum plate located on top of the roof. I will attach the links to it on the description box below. The next video is just a upright collection system wherein it was able to get in 191.6 millivolts or 0.1916 volts in its capacity. Now these are several videos showing how radiant energy is being collected in scale or in size. There are several variations, but all following Nikola Tesla's method of collecting radiant energy. I will post the YouTube links on the description box below. Hope you learned something new today. Watch out for my next video, which I will be talking about the theories and principles of Thomas Henry Murray, which is also part of the Radiant Energy series. Please don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and push the notification bell to be notified of any new videos that I bring out. Click the subscribe button to discover all the other videos in this site. Click the notification bell to be notified about new videos that we post. If you have additional comments, please post them down below or at our Arkida Facebook page, and I will answer all your queries. Thank you.